What's going on, guys? This is Max with RC Window Films. Today I'm going to show you guys how to install some frosted film. With frost, especially with bands, so what they want is they want a band that comes, you know, pretty center. I can show you what that looks like over here. So just like this. So this is a band. It's got some debris on the outside, but we installed the film on the inside. I'm going to show you guys how to get that lined up and to do it the right way. A couple things that you're going to need is you're going to need, I use a glass pen just because it's very easy to take off the marking itself, and just a good old tape measure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my top edge. I like to do it off of the frame because it makes it very easy. I measured 10 3/4. So right here, 3/4, done. Now I'm going to come dead center. I'm going to measure 10 3/4, just right here, done. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to measure 10 3/4. All right, now that we have that set, we are going to get going. So this is just a pressurized tank. You can use a spray bottle with a little bit of Dawn dish soap. Don't put too much, maybe about, I'd say two pumps or 3 teaspoons of Dawn dish soap. This is just a pressurized tank. It's got water in it. It's got some Dawn dish soap. It's got a little pressure relief valve up here and a metal nipple to air it up. Just makes it a lot easier. We've got a filter in this. We like to utilize filtered water. Just makes it easy so you don't have any contamination in the glass. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wipe down the glass. And since our mark is on the outside, I don't have to be worried about that. All right. First things first, I'm going to use a stainless steel blade. This is a Triumph blade. It's stainless steel, so it's a lot softer than the glass itself. This is tempered glass. So I'm going to remove any contaminants, working side to side, just like that. And as I get lower, I'm going to go ahead and just work in a downward pattern along the edge. What I'm doing with the paper towels, I'm really wanting to wipe down the edges. So if there's any dirt or contamination, it's going to take it right off and keep it stored on the towel itself. All right, that's just the first wipe. We're going to do that twice. And this is the second squeegee. Now that I've got that wiped down, I'm going to go ahead and give this another quick wipe, starting from the center, working all the way around. Here's our film. This is right off a 72-inch roll. They wanted a limited amount of light. The nice thing is the film will allow light. They just didn't want anybody seeing at all. There's some young kids that'll be at this facility. All right, see that little bit of dirt? Make sure to get that wiped off. Don't let that transfer. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean off my hand. And then we're gonna remove the silicone liner. The reason why I wet it on this side is so that when I peel the liner, it sticks back on itself. So it's called a reverse roll. So if you notice there, I just took off the liner, and you can actually see the liner itself removing itself and sticking on the back side of the film. So the adhesive right now is exposed. I'm going to spray from the bottom going up. I'm going to stop right where those lines are. Now I'm going to go ahead and come up, hold, grab and hold. Now I'm going to go ahead and line this up nice and straight, and I'm going to get to just about center of these dots. Dead center right there. I like using this little squeegee just to lightly tack it. I'm going to roll my liner into it as I remove it. Now I'm going to use, this is a flat out by Fusion Tools. The other tool was actually an Orange Crush Soft number 3. This is what I used to just tack, especially when you're doing some frosted film. All right, I go all the way down. Depending on the type of film, and I just don't want it to shift or pivot. Once I do that, I'm gonna also squeegee to about an inch away from the seal. If you slip, don't be worried. We just wanna limit any sort of contamination. And if you notice, as I'm squeegeeing, I'm just halving it every single time. And I'm not taking water from this side, I'm starting in the center. I'm gonna start in the center, move. We fashion these in-house. This is just a hard card, it's a metal one. Now I'm gonna take an Olfa blade, I'm gonna get my card, set down the edge of the film, and at a 45-degree angle, I'm gonna begin my cut. You can always tear the film, but just be sure that you're tearing away so you can just pull and pull towards you. Again, 45-degree angle, done. Now I'm gonna use my hard card to set down the edge, going all the way down, start my cut. There you go. Take a look at that edge. And a hard card, this is a white hard card, you can find it pretty much anywhere. I like to fold this up in squares. That 1 inch that we left, it's got some water right here. What we don't want to do is we don't want to press and suck the dirt from inside the seal. And we have very tight gaps here. So we don't want to go ahead and flush any dirt from inside the seal. So we like to use a paper towel to soak up any of the water that goes in. With overlapping strokes, you want to go ahead and continue all the way down. If you notice, it sucked up a ton of water there. All right, I'm gonna turn this into a little X pattern. Now I'm just gonna do the bottom, push any out. Another method that some installers use is just at a 45-degree angle and just come straight down. Another great method, the only thing I don't like, the only reason I wouldn't suggest it when you're starting out, or if it's your first installation, is sometimes you can crease the film. So, right, so that's the finished product. We've got our edges bumped. We went ahead and we lined everything up. So we got this 10 3/4 inches light gap at the top, 10 3/4 inches light gap at the bottom. And got it completely mounted. Give it about 10, I'd say between 10 and 30 days to fully cure. It depends on how warm, depends on the ambient temperature, but this is all installed. Let's look at it from the outside. When you're looking at the glass itself, you're gonna see some streaking. Again, that will go away. Give it about 10 to 30 days and that's all done. If you notice on the edges, you can't see anything inside. And that's part of the reason why we do it at a 45-degree angle. It really maximizes space here. Take a look. All right, lastly, this is for HIPAA compliance. Let me know if you can see anything. There you go. That's a frosted window film installation. Let us know if you want some more videos. Have a nice day.